Hello everyone and welcome back to Mystic Tides Tarot. We will be doing a reading today for the sign of Taurus, and this will be for the 2026 year of the fire horse. Okay, so I have prepared a set of questions that I'm going to be asking. The first card that I'm going to be pulling from this beautiful dragon deck is a card to represent, it's not a question technically. It's going to be a card that represents this year to you. This is going to help you understand how you can better interact with this year. Because when you know what something is or how it's going to show up, number one, it doesn't catch you by surprise. Oh, here it is. The devil. Number one, it doesn't catch you by surprise. And then also you can better understand how to handle it or build an approach to be able to better handle it. Okay, it looks like the card that represents this year to you, Taurus, is the devil. So this can be interpreted a couple of different ways. I'm gonna pull another card to make sure that I'm going in the right direction with this one. Ace of Swords. Okay. So the devil card in this case is about temptation. Temptation to start something new. You're going to be receiving a lot of inspiration, and that's going to lead you to wanting to act on different ideas that you may have. And this isn't to say that that's a bad thing. It's more of like, make sure that you're biting off what you can chew, because you don't want your stubborn streak to get triggered when you end up having to carry a lot due to the fact that you just have too many amazing ideas. So on the bright side is you're not going to be bored this year. Things are going to be actually really fun for you, but we do want to be careful that we don't get carried away and end up taking on more than we can really take on, because we don't want to end up feeling trapped, right? We don't want to end up feeling chained up, like we've lost some of our sovereignty because we didn't check ourselves when we were going full speed ahead, which is another one of like the general energies, the general messages about this year of the fire horse is you don't want to be the fire horse, okay? The year is already the fire horse. The year for you is already quite fiery. So what do? I'm not going to say do the opposite, but just understand that the energy naturally is going to be fast moving and it's going to be hot. So, you're an earth sign. You understand what it's like to put your head down and do the work and to accomplish things, to manifest the things that you set plans for. So don't lose sight of that, because things are moving maybe seemingly almost magically fast for you. I say magically because it could also be that you've been working on some stuff and then maybe you felt like things are a little boring, and that's changing now. If you haven't already felt it, it's going to be changing. So don't get too caught up in the excitement. That's, I guess, like the main advice for this year for you. So now let's pull. I feel like kind of shot myself in the foot here because I wrote down these questions and I keep running into this where the second question is how to best approach this year. And I feel like I literally answer that question because I'm asking what the year represents, and then I go into how to best approach the year anyway. But let's see if we can get some more details on how you can best approach this year. The 10 of Cups. Okay, so maybe you do have to water things down. Is it not to dilute in the sense that things are less potent? It's just to balance out the fire, because there is going to be a lot of fire. The devil is living in a fire, so it's kind of like this reminder of we want to make sure that we don't get burned. And how do we do that? We need to really lean into our foundations. And in your case, it's your emotional foundations, the thing that bring you emotional fulfillment. And this can be very much family, because the 10 of Cups a lot of the times is depicting a happy family. Or it could be friends that are like family, acquaintances, maybe not acquaintances. I'm pretty sure if they were like your family, you would call them family or friends, not acquaintances. But, people that can become family even, kind of embrace that. Of course, like, don't trust everybody and their mom, use your discernment, but you have a good head on your shoulders. You have a good instinct about these things. So I don't see you getting taken advantage of like willy-nilly super quick or easily anyway. So yeah, that's how you're going to best approach this year, is temper those fires and that speed with some water, with some beautiful emotions, with support systems, with family, with close connections. Okay, now let's do, what does your 2026 year of the fire horse look like spiritually, Taurus? Knight of Swords. A lot of the movement cards have been coming out for basically everyone that I've been doing this reading for. The Knight of Swords, the Knight cards all depict a horse. This is a dragon deck. That's why you don't see a horse. But they all depict a horse in movement. Some slower than others. The Knight of Swords is the one that's moving so fast. It's like breakneck speeds fast. And it says, how is your year going to go? Spiritually, we pull the Knight of Swords. Spiritually, things are going to be happening really fast for you. And maybe that's another reason why you're asked to temper the fires, because even though certain areas of your life, like maybe your career or things that are more of intellectual or ego-based, more material, will be moving fast, and you might get excited and want to kind of get carried away with that. You want to temper that, because spiritually speaking, things are going to be moving really, really fast for you, and you don't want to feel overwhelmed by that. So I don't know if you've been engaging in a lot of spiritual work and not feeling like it was doing it for you, or if you're going to be starting on a lot of spiritual work, or you just started a course, or just started a mentorship, or started really listening to a certain spiritual teacher's teachings and kind of trying to follow that, or maybe even start a meditation practice. But you're going to be seeing either results of the work, or you're going to embark on a path that's going to require a good amount of work, and your spirituality is going to receive a major upgrade this year. So that's what I see with the Knight of Swords here. Now, let's see what we have financially speaking. 10 of Pentacles. Like I said, finances are looking good. Maybe it's due to the fact, maybe that's why you have so many ideas too. Or maybe, sorry, reverse that. Maybe that's why this came out, because you have so many ideas about the mundane and how to make things work, and how to, you know, how to maneuver the material world, basically. And it's so beautiful, because it's kind of like also saying you got a 10 of Cups and you got a 10 of Pentacles. You got 2 10s. So you're finishing actually, but then we have the Ace of Swords. So it's kind of like the start of something and the mastery of these other things. The Pentacles being of the suit of Earth, which you are. It's something that you've started or have completed mastering. And this is in terms of finances, but it can also be linked to legacy. And this could be career or family, but because we already have the 10 of Cups, I could say it's probably going to be both. So that's wonderful, because financially speaking, we already know the Pentacles are associated with finances. We know the Pentacles are associated with career and money. So for you to get a Pentacle card in this position, it's like double confirmation. This is talking about your finances. Now, does it mean you're going to hit the jackpot, or that you're going to receive a crazy raise at work? I don't know, maybe. But what it does say is that whatever wealth you do get or you're building, it is here to stay. You are a legacy builder for your lineage. And that doesn't even have to do with like whether you have kids now or not, or even ever plan to have any, because like I said, you have this family or family-like group of people that really love you and esteem you and that are there for you. So this is funny, because, you know, getting the Devil card as what this year is like for you, I'm starting to see it even more now. Maybe I should touch back on that once I'm done pulling this last card. Okay, so this last card, oh, okay, we're doing this again. This last card is about specifically your social life, relationships. These could be romantic or non-romantic. You can kind of like say it in your mind right now. Not that I would hear you if you say it out loud. But yeah, you could just think of like, okay, what area resonates the most for me? Is it relationships in general? Is it friendships? Is it a romantic relationship? Is it just my social life? Like, think about that. And then now let's see what we got for Taurus. What? Okay, maybe this card flipped somehow. I don't have these in reverse. Oh, I guess some of them are. They're not supposed to be. I must have riffle shuffled this and didn't pay attention. But anyways, that kind of shows me that things are going to maybe surprise you a little bit. They're going to surprise you, but not in a bad way, okay? And we have an Ace of Wands. So We have every single suit represented. We have the swords, the cups, the pentacles, the wands. And we have 2 aces and 2 tens. So a lot of like closing, but also opening of different categories of a journey. I hope that didn't sound confusing as hell. But the reason I was saying earlier that the Devil card makes sense now more than ever is because things seem to be going really good for you this year. So it's almost like because they're going so good, you're tempted to take more risk, as in like maybe staying somewhere a little longer than you should, or doing the same thing that's working for you a little longer than you should, that it might tip you over a bit. But it shouldn't be hard for you to see when that is, because there's this sense of balance here with the aces and then the 10. So it's like 2 extremes, right? The beginnings and the endings, and there's 2 of each. The only thing I'm going to say that you might want to keep an eye on, like I said, is like either over consuming or staying in a place too long, like generally speaking. And then with your spiritual path, make sure that you're making room for this to happen. So I feel like in the other areas of your life, you're good with what you're doing. Just keep that in mind. And then spiritually speaking, things might feel a little amped up. I'm not exactly sure when that's going to happen. Let me see. I'm going to pull a card on it. Obviously, some of these are still upside down, but let's just pull a card on C and see. Sorry. Is this going to be like in the first half or the second half of the year? Second half of the year. But also because it is the moon card, it's almost like there might be this kind of like hidden element that we're not seeing that might be a confusion thing. So second half of the year is what I'm getting right now. The moon on top of that, it's like saying, if you try to find any timeline sooner or closer, niche that down even more, narrow it down even more, I'm only going to confuse you even more. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave that there. But yeah, this is honestly the shortest reading yet. And I think it's because you have such a good outlook this year. I feel like I said everything that I had to say. I wish you the best of luck, and I will see you in your next reading. Goodbye.